As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology Meerut, a NAC accredited with A grade deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, extend greetings to all the participants from India and abroad who are attending today's national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture. Today is the last program in 2022. Hon'ble Prime Minister, when he announced this scheme, doubling farmers' income by 2022, and then a task force was set up under the chairmanship of Dr. Ashok Dalwai, an IAS officer from Orissa cadre. And I was also part of that doubling farmers' income by 2022 committee. And I chaired two volumes, volume 11 and volume 12B. Volume 12B talks about digital technology in agriculture. And that has given all the strength to initiate this national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022. This webinar is being hosted on every Thursday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and every Thursday. And today is 29th December 2022. Today is an unavoidable delay which has taken place. I'm extremely sorry for that. The webinar is on the topic PayAgri, market linkage to farmers through digitalized agri value chain. PayAgri, market linkage to farmers through digitalized agri value chain. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, members of the university, and on my behalf and as Professor of Emeritus and Chairman of Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome today's guest speaker to deliver the talk in the 105th edition of this national webinar series, Mr. KVM Rajkumar. He is the co-founder and managing director by Bulk Value Chain and MD PayAgri Solutions Private Limited, Palanichettipatti, Theni district, Tamilnadu. I wish to inform the participants and the speaker that the university regularly conducts two webinar series, namely National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 on every Thursday, and International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology towards Self-Reliant India on every Saturday. And so far, under this webinar series, the university has organized 104 webinar series on very important topic related to agricultural sector, agriculture value chain, and agriculture technology, and so on and so forth, for the benefits of the participants and also to the guest speaker, because he has established an ecosystem for market linkage to farmers through digitalized agri value chain and in a digital platform. So these are all the problems which are existing, and this topic, which I will list it out to the various webinar title, will give strength to today's talk, which Mr. Rajkumar is going to talk about it. Role of agriculture cooperative societies and e-governance. India has got about 1 lakh primary agriculture cooperative societies and 22,000 primary fisher cooperative societies, 1.5 lakh dairy cooperative societies. We have to introduce e-governance systems and digitalized agriculture value chain in these cooperative societies, running about something like 3 lakhs cooperative societies working in the agriculture sector. Blockchain technology-based fishery value chain, a self-contained village, a felt need of the day, Spices Informatics Network Value Chain. Lantana Camera, a camouflaged treasure trove. Smart Hill Agriculture, a digitalized hill agriculture value system. Mara Mobile, Mara Marketing, Integrated Mariculture, Aquaponics and Precision Agriculture, MAPA Biofarms. Smart Tribal Agriculture, optimizing value chains, digital agri-tech and industry perspective, land resources information system in India, present and road ahead, weather decision technologies for increasing farm income, big data in smart farming, sustainable soil and land management for climate smart agriculture, understanding market dynamics for increasing farm income, role of technologies in mitigating crop risk, how to generate additional profit via simple, attractive approach in farm produce, adoption of flexi rubber check dam technology, potential benefit for farmers in rainfed and coastal agro ecosystems, realizing of economic benefits of agroforestry, Acrosol organic humic solutions for increasing crop yields and quality while increasing farm income and improving soil health, closing the nutrient loop, phosphorus management in protein farming, improving nutrient use efficiency and farm productivity, artificial intelligence enabled pest management technology for agricultural crop protection without pesticides, empowering farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination, role of mass media, smart poultry monitoring solutions, agro biodiversity, intellectual property laws, agriculture and farmers' welfare, and insight into the issue for India's agrarian economy, manufacture and application of biochar for increased soil fertility and crop productivity, sustainable integration of livestock with agriculture for farm income increase, role of geographical indications on improving farmers' income, lessons from Asia Pacific region, dairy informatics network value chain, a dairy tech startup perspective for farmers' income increase, spices informatics network value chain, a turmeric startup perspective for farmers' income increase, generating sustainable on-farm income through fintech intervention, nutrition sensitive agriculture, pathway for increasing farmers' income, artificial intelligence and data analytics to ensure optimal nutrition in the soil harvested food that minimizes human disease, bioenergy supply chain, business opportunity for rural enterprises and farmer producer organization, tech enabling India's tech-starved farmers for many-fold increase in productivity and income. Open insurance ecosystem for agricultural producers. Risk management solutions to overcome repercussions on farmers' income, market stability, and food safety. Role of mass media for farmers' income increase, a case study from Green TV. AgStack, Agriculture Stack, open source digital infrastructure for agriculture ecosystem, a Linux Foundation project. Circular economy towards resilience, urgent need for redefining raw materials and modified waste management policies and regulations. Agri-tech, new horizon in Indian agriculture, supporting of farmers for marketing will only help doubling of income by 2022. Rural transformation for farmers' income increase, case studies from impoverished districts. Mobile enabled software as a service to solve complex supply chain challenges, a case study from daily orders. John Deere's journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions, doubling the income of farmers through eco-agri revolution. Bayer's carbon farming initiative, post-production intervention, maximizing value for farmers. BAIF models of revival of traditional water management systems to enable doubling of farmers' income. Should we adopt farmers' welfare as a new paradigm instead of farmers' income? ICT intervention in agriculture, challenges and opportunities. Democratizing the future of farming, a global experience. Data-driven agriculture and agri-tech startup perspective. Commercial processing of orders. Next game changer in dairying. Agribusiness potentials in Moringa. Agricultural income pathway, strengthening links between agriculture activities and nutrition outcomes. Technology, education, research and rehabilitation for the environment. Cultivating dignity for farmers. Model Village Development Program, a case study from Maharashtra. Market-driven agriculture, need for development of crop-specific strategies at block level. Farmers collective with value addition, powerful business model for income increase for small and marginal farmers. Lessons from Operation Flood for transforming agriculture with food systems, sustainable food production, agriculture marketing in India, defects therein, and remedial measures, if any, small scale fisheries and their contribution to rural livelihoods, case studies from developing countries, impacting lives through livelihood promotion and value chain development, case study of Vritti impact model, organic spices cultivation for doubling of farmers' income in northeast region of India, a value chain analysis, agriculture export management, imperatives of integrating with the global chain at the earliest, agriculture value chain, challenges and opportunities, dairy husbandry for food security and nutrition prosperity, mushroom cultivation, a way towards self-reliance from agricultural waste and providing nutritional food security to the nation. Subhas Palekar, Natural Farming, Future of Farming Rooted in Indian Tradition. Vision 2025, Agriculture and Allied Sectors Viewpoint. Doubling income of tribal families through value chain intervention on minor forest producer. A case study on custard apple value chain from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Unnati Agri, Internet in farmlands, key for prosperous farmers. Jackfruit Informatics Network value chain, a needed digital infrastructure for increasing farmers' income. Doubling of farmers' income through integrated agriculture value chain by Dr. Sudhir Kumar Goyal, IAS retired, former Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Maharashtra. Potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Fisheries Informatic Network value chain, a case study from Manja Technologies. Untapped potential for growth, co-create solutions to realize gains for farms, household, and communities. Neem tree, sustainable solution to livelihood, chemical-free nutritious food, and global warming. One district, one product informatics network value chain, the key to unlocking India's potential of agri-exports. Village e-commerce, challenges, barriers, and potential in rural India. Export promotion of GI tagged agriculture products from India, issues, challenges, and potential. Doubling Indian farmers' income through indigenous cows, opportunities and challenges. Livestock insurance ecosystem, a necessity for smallholder farmers in India. Innovative future farming, need for design of agriculture, empowering rural farmers by co-creating value-added products and agri-techpreneur perspective. Food value chain, issues, challenges and potential. Animal health industry, quality, innovation, talent and technology have powers to transform. Farm-linked activities and secondary agriculture, empowering small and marginal farmers in India. Harnessing opportunities in rainfed areas, pathway to prosperity. Agri-entrepreneurship development, pathway for farming as a service. Agricultural resources information system and micro-level planning for enhancing farm health. Key to achieving doubling farmers' income by 2022 agenda put forth. Growth and structural transformation in agriculture in India moving to the next level. Fisheries value chain, empowering fisheries, fisherfolk, and allied workers through digitalized fishery input management system. Village level cooperatives, a proven model to elevate farmers from their poverty. Experience sharing or entrepreneurial journey in secondary agriculture. Agrocrade, an AI-powered digital infrastructure enabling digital trade in fruits and vegetables. Innovation for waste to wealth. Development of livelihood activities among tribals through Nature Science Foundation by Dr. Shrikala Nair from Coimbatore. Promoting rainwater harvesting through direct borewell recharge for rural transformation. Smart and collaborative agriculture, the wave of the future. Climate resilient smart hill agriculture, Jawad Hills 2050. PM Moni. Prime Minister's Wi-Fi access network interface. Entrepreneurship opportunities for small and micro business in agriculture. Today is the 105th edition of the National Webinar Series, which will be addressed by Mr. KVM Rajkumar, co-founder and managing director, Bulk Value Chain, Palanichettipatti, Theni, Tamilnadu, on a very important topic, PayAgri, market linkage to farmers through digitalized agri value chain. Dear participants, please note the key words: PayAgri, market linkage, farmers, agriculture value chain. Digitalized agriculture value chain and digitalization. India is said to be a land of villages. Acharya Vinoba Bhave said India is largely an agricultural country, Krishi Pradhan Desh, and a country of villages, having more than 6.25 lakh villages. It employs more than 50% of the India's workforce and contributes almost 17 to 18% of the GDP. It's the main source of food, employment, income for 70 to 80% of the people suffering from hunger in developing countries. Climate change has got both direct and indirect effects on agricultural productivity, including changing rainfall patterns, severe drought, flooding, and changes in the geographical redistribution of pests and diseases. India's labor intensive and subsistence based agriculture sector is particularly vulnerable to this development. Farmers of India are facing multidimensional problems: fluctuation, debt, and lack of infrastructure and weather. India's farming community consists of about 14.5 crore operational holdings, of which 85% of the farmers have small and marginal operational holdings. Farmer needs timely, location-specific, and personalized information for effective control on their production risk, and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. Many national level programs such as Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, and Stand Up India programs have faced operational difficulties for its impact at farm level and farmer level, and that too at small and marginal farmers. Nowadays, under Make in India program, drone technologies are making lot of success in mapping the even small and marginal uh, farmers' operational holdings. And Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi at the 7th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog held on 7th August 2022 New Delhi, in his opening address stressed, I quote, the need to focus on modernized agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. In his closing remark, he said each state should focus on promoting trade, tourism, and technology via every Indian mission around the world. The states must focus on reducing imports, increasing exports, and identifying opportunities thereof. And I would like to quote some of the recommendations from the Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 report to 2018. Volume 3 talks about post-production agri-logistics, maximizing gains for farmer. Volume 4, post-production intervention, agriculture marketing. Volume 11, empowering the farmer through extension and knowledge dissemination. Volume 12B, digital technology in agriculture, with which Volume 11 and Volume 12B, I was closely associated as group leader. While agriculture logistic is the backbone of agribusiness, and agriculture marketing is the brain behind value realization. Farmers' produce must connect with multiple avenues to obtain value at each place across time and space in various forms. Volume 12B suggested strategic use of digital technology in farming systems life cycle through 7 mission mode programs in its chapter 10 as given below. Mr. Rajkumar, can you put your video on? Digitalized
Yes.
agriculture, digital technology and innovation in agriculture, Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India programs for transformational reforms in agriculture sector through smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming. Digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions. Digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. Digitalized value chain for about 400 agriculture commodities. Digitalized access to inputs, technology, knowledge, skill, agricultural finance, credit, marketing, and agribusiness management to farmers. Digitalized integrated land and water management system per drop more crop, and digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers' loss. This includes integrated farm health management, public health, public health, that is human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, fish health, and environmental health. As of now, these are all the data are not integrable, interoperable, and they're all vertical silos. And if these data are seen over GIS technology over a village and using artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and blockchain technology, and India need not go for another lockdown in any situation. And this is a $1 trillion data economy. And I wish to have India to have a data center with the 10,000 data scientists to work only on this integrated health data, maybe in another 5 to 10 years from now. And India will provide another food to the whole world, and also health-related informatics decision support to the whole world. Atmanirbhar Bharat, the road ahead. It is the vision of our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, of making India a self-reliant nation, rested on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation, based on 5 pillars: quantum jump in economy, infrastructure, one that represents modern India, system 21st century technology driven, vibrant demography, and demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. During the third tranche of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, government announced 1.5 lakh crore as a booster to the agriculture sector, which included 1 lakh crore to agriculture cooperative societies, farm producer organization, and startups for boosting farm gate infrastructure, 10,000 crores for formalization of micro food enterprises, and also for following cluster-based farming approach, and 20,000 crores for PM Matsya Sambada Yojana to pay way for additional fish production of 70 lakh tons over 5 years. Over 5 years, and we have Amrit Kal led up to 100. That is, by 2047, New India, how it will look like. It has got a blueprint. And also government announced national logistic policy, which will have the unified logistic interface platform to help different government and private agencies, shippers, service providers enable information exchange on a real-time basis in a confidential manner. And I also would like to quote our Prime Minister's speech on 15th August 2022, 76th Independence Day. He names 5 pillars for India's development. He called it Panch Pran. Goal of developed India: remove any trace of colonial mindset, take pride in our roots, unity, sense of duty among citizens. We have 17 sustainable development goals and 169 targets to be achieved, and also Agenda 2030 to get the future we want. PayAgri, market linkage to farmers through digitalized agri value chain. We have discussed relevant topics as given below in about 34 topics. We talked with respect to integrated agri value chain in the 2 webinar series which the university conducts in every week, and it is very important. And I will also mentioned in the topics which we discussed in the national webinar series on doubling farmers' income. In the other webinar series, that is international webinar series on open source digital technology towards self-reliant India, we talked about leveraging emerging technologies for ensuring transparent and traceable agri and food supply chains, digital agriculture supply chain and trading hub, a geoeconomic perspective by Mr. Maya Suresh Kannan from Canada, market-driven agriculture, need for development of crop-specific strategies at block level, an open agri network to unlock the $1 trillion plus potential of agrarian agriculture with smallholder farmers by Mr. Anil Kumar, SG, Group CEO, Sammunati, Chennai. Developing rural entrepreneurship to ensure doubling of farmers' income. Leverage the power of convergence through connecting the dots, agri startup, on agripreneurs, and rural innovators by CO NAB Foundation. Agronomy plus AI, artificial intelligence, is equal to precision farming. Commodity value chain creation through agri network and agri AI. Coconut value chain challenges, transforming into opportunities. by Dr. P. Ratnam, former Executive Director, Asian and Pacific Coconut Development, and also former Chairman, Coconut Development Board, Government of India. Coffee informatics value chain, facilitating smallholder coffee farmers into business. Sustainability frameworks and standards for agriculture commodities global experience. Rejuvenation and acceleration of agribusiness through digital transformation. Connect One, a connecting platform for empowering farming communities by an NRI based at Australia. Ecosystem, we have an ecosystem. Society 5.0, which is coming from Japan. Industry 4.0, technology group ecosystem, which has been provided by German. And agriculture 4.0, which India should give it to the whole world. And today's topic is related to that. And in view of the important ecosystem which we created through National Digital Communication Policy September 2018, which talks about BharatNet, talks about GramNet, talks about NagarNet, and talks about Jan Wi-Fi. And last week we had a talk on PM Vani by Ravi Kumar. He is providing a high broadband network connectivity at village level through PM Vani programs. On 22nd December, we had this talk, entrepreneurship opportunities for small and micro business in agriculture through using PM Vani by Ravi Kumar Chinnaswamy, Managing Director, Infonetcom Enterprises Private Limited, Chennai. And this is going to revolutionize, to establish digitalized agriculture value chain from the village level. And it will give the needed internet strength. And this is very important. And we also have so many schemes, MSME schemes for agriculture. These schemes have to be operationalized. And this is very important. To untap the potential for growth, co-create solutions, to realize gains for farms, households, and communities. This is very important. And from the university side, we have initiated digitalized agriculture value chain, fisheries informatics network value chain, health informatics network value chain, jackfruit informatics network value chain, one district, one product network value chain, spices informatics network value chain, dairy informatics network value chain, breadfruit informatics network value chain, banana informatics network value chain, coffee informatics network value chain, millet informatics network value chain, lantana camera informatics network value chain, mushroom informatics network value chain, jaggery informatics network value chain, and etc. etc. And I would like to quote, I was quite impressed when I looked the website of PayAgri, and I was quite impressed. And they say that our model, seed to fork, digital model, with a strong farm gate supply chain expertise and holistic selling capabilities, thrives to create better livelihood for farmers and good value for consumers. What else we want? And I'm very happy, Mr. Rajkumar, that you agreed, when I sent the invitation in a short span of time. And that shows your credentials and your dynamism. And when I looked at their diagram, which Mr. Rajkumar will explain, he has given a total ecosystem. It is a PayAgri as per the website. It is a agri fintech company which takes care of everything. And with the PM Vani program and PayAgri, I think we can revolutionize digital. We can bring in digital transformation in 6.25 lakh villages, and also to create 2.25 lakh, agri-tech, startups in every gram panchayat. We have got 2.25 lakh gram panchayat, and we have technology solutions, proven technology solutions. Why can't we, have the farmers to get benefit out of it? And I was also quite improved. And there are three principles, which he will explain very clearly. Remove the array of middlemen in the agriculture value chain through direct linkages, create cashless ecosystem, and India is leading, and provide the benefits of large scale farming to small holding farmers. And it is a very important thing. If somebody is working on this area alone, I strongly feel that they are going to get recognized internationally. Provide the benefits of large scale farming to smallholder farming. That is called the democratization through technology. Dignification of our farmers, small and marginal farmers. They are the food security network, not the large scale farmers. They produce only commercial crops, and that only has made me to look into their website and maybe a reputation. But I'm preparing the people who look into the talk, so that they get experience, and they all also understand the speakers talk very well. And it also says that it's a farm gate engagement partner, their fellow enterprise. The website talks about FarmSys, an agri-tech company, and their smart portable smart product Soil Spectra, and their sister concern Terra Green. If I'm wrong, I can be corrected, Mr. Rajkumar.
Yes, you're right.
Which supports the farmers through contact farming, and by providing them input linkage. It's very important. This is also part of the Dr. Ashok Dalwai committee report. If you look into it, 7 mission mode programs, digital technology in agriculture, and to achieve and collaborates with PayAgri. Terra Green and PayAgri, they collaborate with each other to achieve its forward to touching the lives of farmers. And PayAgri has been actively working with the farmer producer organization. I also would like to add 1 lakh primary agriculture cooperative societies and 22,000 primary fisher cooperative societies. I am preparing a business plan as decided by the Secretary of Fisheries of Government of India to revive the 22,000 primary fisher cooperative societies, and also to bring in agriculture value chain all the dairy cooperative societies. 63% of the milk production is in unorganized sector, which is equivalent to 3 to 4 lakh crore per annum value. And this is in North India, we call it as is a dudwala, cycle dudwala, milk trading systems. And this is very important, and to promote their produce and products in household across India, complete value chain. That's why they said it, remove array of middleman, producer and the consumer. And now let us turn to the address by Mr. KVM Rajkumar, co-founder and managing director, bulk value chain, and on this very important topic. And as per the synopsis of the guest speaker, there are 3 statements: better livelihood for farmers, better value for consumers. I hope that the officials in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare and Niti Aayog, look into these statements. Better livelihood for farmers and better value for consumers. If Mr. Rajkumar agrees, his organization and the Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology, we can bring out, reports based on this title. Marketing linkage for farmers, another report, and digitizing agriculture. That is our forte. So these 3 reports, India should have it, and the whole world should have it. And that is my professional desire, Mr. Rajkumar. And building entrepreneurship in each and every Gram Panchayat level for effective utilization of resources would make tremendous contribution towards rural development. Let us unlock the opportunities in India at the earliest. And this is where this topic is very important. And I would like to introduce our guest speaker to the audience, Mr. Manish. Mr. Rajkumar is an investment banker turned agriculturist with over 16 years of experience in deal origination and deal execution as big as $220 million in agriculture, renewable energy, food processing, information technology, infrastructure, and banking, infrastructure and banking, financial services, and insurance, BFSI. He has worked as an investment banker with reputed companies like Times Group and IFCI. He was ranked as one of the top 25 promising debt management consultants by Consultant Review, January 2008-17 edition. He then started focusing towards agriculture, building expertise in contract farming, polyhouse farming, and agri trading. He has successfully implemented innovative techniques of farming in leased out farms across Chennai and Madurai. Mr. Rajkumar is an active agri investor in core farming startups and senior level consultant to agri processing export oriented units, poultry feed mill, and agri value chain finance organization. He has extensively worked in maize value chain and turmeric value chain. I am very happy to note. With first-hand experience in farming activity, he has inflicted a vision. He has inflicted a vision to take the agricultural platform in India to a whole new level by educating farmers on value that right practices could enable them to reach optimized return. Mr. Rajkumar, I welcome you to participate
Thank you,
in
sir.
this program, and it's a very important webinar, and it is doubling farmers by 2022, and very important topic: PayAgri market linkage to farmers through digitalized agri value chain. Let us achieve Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture. I invite you to join and deliver your talk. Over to you.
Thank you, Professor. And indeed, it's a great honor to be part of this webinar series. Uh, especially interacting with you, a man with a tremendous amount of knowledge about this sector and a great vision to, I mean, uh, bring in knowledge-based agri ecosystem. And thanks for Soviet University for having invited me to be part of this webinar. Fine. And of course, after you listening to your speech and whatever I said is going to be little redundant. So you have covered almost everything, Professor. And so happy that I was at receiving end, and it did enlighten me on various things. And good morning to all. So, just before I get into the topics or something, I'd like to give a little background about PayAgri and how we started it. So, along with my co-founder and good friend, Mr. Rajiv Kaimal, we started PayAgri in 2017. Rajiv and I were friends for the last 25 years, and we did our post graduation together. And then Rajiv became a banker. He was a very successful banker when uh, during his 15 years of experience. So he was with ICACI and City Bank, and he was at corporate office level. And then from corporate banking, he started focusing he got an opportunity to, spend time in rural finance, rural banking. That's how he got inclined towards rural economy and agriculture and all those things. And the other side, I was shaping my career in uh, investment banking. Uh, th- Thanks to the God and all the stars, I was having very good investment banking career. But having said that, I hail from a village. My family is from village, a beautiful full and full agricultural village near Theni. Theni is in a district which is located 75 kilometers from Madurai, and it's in the foothills of Western Ghats. It's foothills of both Kodaikanal and Munnar Western Ghats. It's in the Tamilnadu border. But Theni is in one district. I always proudly say that it could be an agri capital of India because anything that grows in India that also grow in Theni district alone. So you have all type of soils, all type of climatic conditions there. You get apples and lychees from Theni district. You get cardamom, coffee, tea, spices, other spices from Theni district, and also the grains like paddy, wheat. Except wheat, even now they are in some pocket of Theni, they've tried wheat, which is successful also. Maize, millets, all type of millets. Then horticultural produce. So this is what we grow in entire country, which is grown there. So I hail from that particular beautiful, amazing agri-based landscape. So it's natural that I have my passion towards agriculture, though I was having my career in investment banking, all those things. What happened in my childhood days, we used to live in Madurai. My parents used to take me to my village during summer vacations, and every time I visited my village. I used to spend time in the farmlands. That's where we used to play. We interacted with farmers, and most of my relatives were farmers. Um, and after MBA, almost for a decade, I could not go back to my village. So I still remember in 2011, after 10, 11 years, I visited my village. Uh, I was shell shocked, literally, was shell shocked. I could not see the village which I used to see it in my childhood days. Those buzz, those green, everything, that energy, everything were missing during that time. And most of my relatives who were doing farming, they left farming and they gave up farming. And my cousins who were supposed to take over farming from my uncles, they went to nearest small towns to do petty jobs in hotels, textile showrooms, and all those places. That was seriously thought provoking, and I felt very bad about it because I was the positivity were in India's positive backbone is villages, and when a village itself is turned into an something like ghost town, I was very, sad to see that thing. So I was checking with them out of curiosity why they all have left farming, and why are they continuing farming. And they in fact listed me about 20, 30 problems, and end of the day they said, son, we are not able to reap the values or benefits out of this farming. Even our capital itself is getting eroded. We are not getting right price, and we are not getting right amount of yield. And but we are keep on investing on new inputs and all, but yield is kept on depleting, and we are not getting right value. So in general commercial terms, I'm not getting right return on investment. Not only right return, I'm not even getting return on investment. It's all negative. So obviously, farmers tend to leave farming when they don't find value in it. And I was sharing these findings, knowledge with my friend Rajiv, who just moved from corporate banking to rural finance. And he was also sharing his findings in rural economy, rural finance, and all. And this is how we started, deep dive into this agricultural sector. So on fine day, we decided, okay, a sector which has got a lot of problems also has a lot of opportunities, and it's also very, if you're able to build something in this sector, it's going to be quite impactful, as well as it's going to be quite rewarding also, because when you start a commercial business, it should be rewarding for to become sustainable and to support more and more farmers. So we decided, okay, let's get into this agricultural sector, but not let's not jump into the ocean just like that. We need to understand what it is, because now, though we have farming background, but none of us have hands-on experience in farming. So I took the liberty to, leave my full-time investment banking job and started focusing on agriculture in 2012. And Rajiv continued to explore rural finance, rural economy, rural marketing aspects. So as a first thing, what I did is what I did was I became a farmer by myself. Unless you touch the soil, you cannot understand it. Since farming is, it may looks quite easy from outer world's perspective, but it's one of the most toughest and complicated thing because mostly you deal with uncontrollable factors. Mostly it is climatic factors and various things. And unless and until you do it by yourself, you cannot understand it. So as a first step, we started doing farming. Took some lands on lease, and I both in plains as well as hilly area wanted to try farming in different geographies and the conditions. So we started growing maize initially. Then we took a polyhouse on rent in a place near Ooty, and we started growing strawberries, lettuce, kind of exotic items. In the plains, it is grains and millets we started growing. So initial couple of years were very tough, lost a lot of money. That time we realized the kind of problems faced by the farmers. Uh, so, so with that learning, we slowly started piloting on various other things, including aggregating materials from our neighboring farmers and taking it to the nearest market and trying to sell it. That helped us to understand how the middlemen were playing a big role in the lives of farmers and all the logistics and supply chain related issues, how the prices were fixed, and how farmers are being exploited, and where are the gaps and all. And we also tried a couple of export orders also. We went to Dubai, Al market. We studied that market. Then we sent a few containers of material from here, how it is being, that the process is done, and till you get the payment, what are the process involved. So with this experience, we almost did these experiments and learning for the 4 years. In 2017, we obviously started PayAgri. So when we started PayAgri, we had, simple vision, and we wanted to tackle two critical problems the entire humanity is facing right now. One is food security problem, other one is food safety problem. When I say food security problem, we all know by 2050, the population of the world is going to be around 9.3 to 9.5 billion. But if you look at the rate at which the farming is happening and farmers are leaving the farming, and the yield that the current land is, arable lands are giving, the world will not have enough food production to feed even two-thirds of the population in 2050. That means almost 200 crores of people in the world will have to fight for their food with the remaining 700 crores of people. 200 crore means it is much beyond than the entire Indian population. To give you a perspective, it is unbelievably huge population. There will be huge war. There are huge challenges in getting food for everyone. So food security is going to be a very critical. So in order to, unfortunately, you cannot increase the land size of arable lands. That natural resources are limited. The only way you can do is like how to improve the soil and get more yield out of it, or how do you convince farmers to stay put in farming. Okay, and getting new generation farmers, it will come, but the quantum will be very small. But the priority should be to ensure that the current farmers, they continue farming so that we all can eat food. So this is the one major challenge we wanted to tackle, and another is food safety. When I say food safety, today the kind of over fertigation as well as pesticides usage, the kind of food you get is more of toxic, and you have to because of the reduction in yield as well as issues in pest-related attack, farmers have forced to use more and more of pesticides, which is systemic basically. And if you look at the last 20 years, the amount of cancer patients all across the world, including kids, kept on growing, and this is one of the reasons. And in the interest of producing more, you cannot give, a toxic food to the population. So food safety is another critical, for which the soil need to be taken care as a primary thing. And unless and until you regenerate soil with lot of microbes, it's going to be very difficult scenario. So we started off PayAgri with the objective to find solutions and tackle this food security and food safety. So when I say, as I mentioned, in food security, the critical component is to keeping farmers happy, or at least ensure that they continue farming. So today they are giving up farming because they are not getting the right value from their for their efforts and time. So unless and until you restore their value, you give them right amount of income, and it's very difficult to, ensure them to be in farming or even the next generation. So this was our primary thing. So to achieve this objective, we were doing little study, and we were interacting, trying to work on the problems that is causing farmers to leave farming. So one, obviously, as we mentioned, it's an area of middlemen. So we know, I would like to give an example. By Initially in Theni, we started off with coconut value chain. uh, so by the time the coconut getting harvested and it reaches a consumer, let me explain how many hands it is changing. A coconut groups, it's if they have the 2,000 to 3,000 trees in that particular farm, and there will be one broker or a trader. Generally, he pays advance to these coconut farm owners, and they block that coconuts. And then when the time comes, he harvests the coconut, and he gives it to a person who is doing the peeling and all those work. And he's the second level middleman. He does all those peeling. And once the peeling is done, he sends it to a market, a wholesaler, and who is a third level middleman. From the wholesaler, it goes to the retailer, fourth level middleman. Finally, it gets the consumer gets the coconut. So to get a coconut, there are minimum four level of middlemen, and there is a reason for every middleman to exist. But is it justifiable? That's what the question here is. They have reason, and so these first level middlemen basically pays around 6 rupees per coconut to the farmer. But by the time it reaches the consumer, and it is, the coconut price, even normal 500 grams coconut costs around 25 to 30 rupees. So it is almost five times value. It's been enhanced and exploited or taken away by this four middleman system. So what if we are able to create a scenario or an ecosystem wherein if not all the middlemen, we can't eliminate all the middlemen, at least you can eliminate certain arrays of middlemen, and create, instead of 6 rupees, farmers get 10 rupees, and consumer also get, instead of 25, some 22 rupees. So both get, it's a win-win situation for both. So that's how we started looking into the as an ecosystem, start working on it. So what we thought is, there is a practical problem involved when you want to directly create linkage between farmer as well as the consumer. One is like, there's something called grading, and somehow due to various marketing and all those things, it got influenced. The consumer mind got influenced that a bigger size coconut is a better quality one, or good looking apples or good quality apples. So that is the kind of mindset got created. So because of this, there is a need for grading. So in modern retail stores, we go, you can see coconut. You can always see same size coconut between 450 grams to 500 grams. It all look uniform, all created. When you go to Kirana stores or a smaller vegetable shops, it will be between 400 to 450 grams, or 350 to 450 grams. The price also varies. But when you go to hotels, and they basically buy the bigger cup size coconuts. So what we realized is, before you create a good market linkage for any particular value chain, you study the entire value chain. You do complete research about value chain from the seeds till fork, and you identify right set of buyers. Then you create right set of primary as well as cloud processing thing. Then you ensure that from farm gate it reaches the consumer. So in coconut, that's what decided. Okay, there is a great requirement in coconut, and but farmer, when you go and ask farmer, boss, I need coconut only between 450 to 500 grams, then he will surely throw you out from the farm, because then he'll ask you to say invent a breed of tree that gives him only 450 to 500 grams of coconut. So my tree gives me coconut weighing between 250 grams to 800 grams. So what if I give you only this 450, 500, then what will I do with the rest? It's a very genuine question. So if we need to create farm gate level intervention, obviously you should be in a position to sell all the grades. So that's why we, in our website you mentioned, we have developed our multiple source selling capabilities. So for coconut, then we did little more research, and we understood and what kind of segment of customers need what kind of grades. So we understood that, like said in hotel, they always need bigger. So anything about 550 grams to 800 grams, they prefer it. The reason is in coconut, to do that pulverize it or to create it, they have machine. So to fit into the machine, they need bigger cup size. Only then it could do it. So they specifically need that kind of thing. In modern retail stores, they need between 450 to 550 grams. Even exporters also need 450 to 500 grams. And smaller vegetable shops, 350 to 450 grams. So anything less than 350 grams, it generally goes to copra making units. So they break the coconut, they make copra out of it, then they extract oil out of it. So we understood this, then we created partnership in each segment, certain buyers. Then we went to the farmers. So it made easy for us to reach out to the farmers and procure the whole. So this is how we started off. Started learning about this segment, so very much into practical approach. Then we later to scale it up. Okay, dealing with 100 farmers is it's you can do a deal physically, but if you want to reach out to 100,000 farmers or a million farmers, then we realized you got to have a proper digitized platform to do it. So technology will play a critical role if you want to scale, if you want to reach out to the larger scale of farmers. So this is how we started uh, our journey in Chennai, in Theni and in Tamil Nadu region. So would like to take any questions at this stage before I get into my next level.
I think you got disconnected. I think Mr. Rajkumar, you got disconnected. Can you?
Some network issue. I'm just reconnecting.
Okay. Thank you. I think there is some internet connectivity problem. He is connecting towards again. Please wait. I think we had a very interesting journey which Mr. Rajkumar and his co-founder has undertaken. Both are from the banking and financial sector, and they have also worked in rural financing and rural economy sector. They understood the agricultural sector, and Mr. Rajkumar, since he comes from the agriculture family, and he has got the interest in looking the agriculture sector back after his education. He comes from a very important district, and he also said it that Theni is a district where almost all products which are all agricultural products which are growing in India are growing over there because of the different soil ecosystem there. And both Mr. Raju and Mr. Rajkumar, they have looked into various issues related to rural economy, rural finance, and and he, from 2005 onwards, he turned as a farmer. In this country, we say that economist turned as a politician, engineer turned as a politician, but here and a banker turned as a farmer to have farming as a business, farming as an industry. And he talked about in his introductory remarks the journey which he has taken. It is full of challenges. He narrated his, the which he has undergone from his childhood days, how Theni district, his villages used to look like, and after his education, after he had gone into the job, and when he visited his village, he was not in a position to see the old village and the ecosystem environment, and that has made him to look back that how to revive that economy. And his relatives, they left the agriculture, they gone into other business activities, and this is then he started looking into the challenges and the opportunities which they had it. And then the two areas where he looked into it, the two areas are food security and food safety. And the food security he talked about by 2050, we have to provide the food which the whole world wants, needs it, and the land resources are limited, that is, they are not expanding, and the only way is that the productivity of the land has to increase. That can be increased by the farmers through adopting good agriculture practices, science and technology. It's very two important areas, food security. And I was talking when you were connecting that
Okay,
what
sir.
all the points which the journey which you have taken and the
Okay, thank
importance
you.
of Theni district. You said it, I liked it very much, that what all the agricultural commodities which can grow in India can grow in Theni. That
Yes.
is a simple reason that since I'm also from the district of Kanyakumari, living in Delhi for the last 42 years, I know even though I live in Delhi, I'm a good political analyst and also economic analyst and also informatics scientist who worked on e-governance forte since 1987. I was
Yes, sir.
involved in e-governance systems development in 512 districts way back in 87. The program is called District Information System. And 95, I initiated IT in Agriculture Blueprint, IT Blueprint for
Okay.
Agriculture. And that's why
Great.
today many of the IT programs at agriculture are visualized by me through a very big conference at Vigyan Bhavan.
Yes, sir.
And going back, I must have visited more than 400 400 districts. That's why I thought that I was able to witness rural distress. And then I
Yes,
thought
sir.
that how to bring back the rural students back to the agriculture. So I converted all the IT projects in agriculture sector way from 1987 onwards to 2013, when I retired as a Director General National Informatics Center, converted as an agricultural informatics as a discipline. So that
Yes, sir.
not only biology students, BS agriculture science students, even engineering graduates, like how you are from a agriculture family with the finance background, banking background, now you gone into agriculture. That's what I was mentioning. In this country, we see that engineer turned as a politician, economist turned as a politician, but this is a case that a banker has turned as a farmer. And that is means. And I also would like to quote, in 2012, the chairman of the Hindustan Unilever Limited, he said it in their general body meeting, It is 2012 that
Okay.
rural India can give $1.9 trillion economy to, it can add to the existing India's GDP. $1.9 trillion. Now
That's true. That's
the
true.
dollar rate has got changed. Now our prime minister said it that India will become, $5 trillion economy by 2025, and
Yes.
2030 $10 trillion economy. And
Yes.
rural India alone can give much more than that if the technology is adopted. And people, like, if we have umpteen number one Rajkumar in every gram panchayat,
That would
and
be great vision, sir.
2.2
Yes.
2.25 lakh agri-tech startups. When government of India talked about 10,000 farmer produce organization, I told, as a man who brought IT in agriculture, worked with the Minister of Agriculture, from NIC as a Deputy Director General, and I said it that why farmer produce organization? Why don't we have today all startups are working in IIT campuses, IIM campuses, and NIT campuses. Nobody is going to tier 2, tier 3. And the agriculture is in the panchayat level. We need to create one agri-tech startup in every gram panchayat,
True, sir.
and
True.
it has to work with food security and
And
food
I
safety,
strongly believe,
not
sorry to
for
interrupt,
not for
sir.
selling what the farmer produced.
Yes.
And I made a presentation to Honorable Defense Minister, Honorable Agriculture Minister during the farmer strike on October 15th. 15 experts were called. I am one among them. And
Okay.
I said it when there was no formula. I have brought out the IT blueprint in agriculture, visualized district information system in 28 sectoral database sector, and with today's artificial intelligence and big data analytics and and blockchain technology, if those programs would have been literally operationalized, today we've got a lot of raw data for decision making,
True.
and every district can become a developed economy. We don't have to see India as a developed economy. Every
Yes.
753 districts should be seen as a developed economy, because
True.
which has got 365 days of sunshine
True.
and 127 agroclimatic zone, 400 agricultural commodities. And every district should become a developed economy. Like you said it very
Yes.
clearly, Theni district produces what India can produce. And
Yes.
that's why Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology has decided to work Smart Theni district as a part of the Dr. Ashok Talwai committee. I formed a group also. This is
Yes.
where
Yes.
I also saw you, and I thought that I should request you.
Sure,
And
sir.
the IT minister from Tamil Nadu government, also Mr. Honorable Manoj Tangaraj, also invited me for a program in Kanyakumari. I also given a different agenda to him. I will discuss with you in a private
Please.
conversation.
Sure, sir.
And there, with
Anything.
respect to
Anything.
agriculture, I gave it to him. Kanyakumari district has got all the resources. You have a
Yes,
coastal.
sir.
We should have a
Yes.
digitalized fisheries value chain. You have to have a digitalized coconut value chain. It's a full of coconut, and it's a circular economy. You have to have a tobacco
Exactly.
value chain. You have to have a banana value chain. You have to have a rubber value chain. And why
Yes.
can't why are we not taking it? And no submarine cable going through Indian Ocean is not even touching at Kulachal. And either it goes to Mumbai, goes to Kochi, or goes to Chennai. And if this comes, southern part of India can become like an IT hub.
True.
And
True.
many undersea data centers can come in near Kulachal in Indian Ocean because of deep sea. This is the agenda which I have given to him. And
Okay.
this is the potential which South India has it, because we are we are with the Indian Ocean.
Yes.
And this is a very important thing that Theni, smart Theni district, which I have formed a group. And the type of things which you worked out, this has to spread out to 400 agriculture commodities, as
True,
Dr.
sir.
Ashok
True, sir.
Dalwai committee report. And then
True, sir.
internet connectivity is very important. PM Vani programs
Yes.
and PayAgri can do revolutionary. And Dr. Ashok Dalwai committee report, digital technology in agriculture, which talks about what is happening since 1987 in this country.
True. True.
And district information system program, I was the project director, and then 95 IT in agriculture, and then it comes, in 2005, Government of India gives, National E-Governance Plan. Before that, we were able to trying to find out and walking with a barefoot in agriculture, in the districts, in villages, to
Yes.
introduce computerization. Whereas organization like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, they are all sending people abroad to do COBOL coding in Western countries. And that is the difference between corporate sector as well as the people who would like to get into digitalization in the rural economy. And it is a very important thing, Mr. Rajkumar. You have touched the nerve center of what is needed for the India: food security.
Yes, sir.
And then you said that food safety. That's why it goes with your three principles. The better life for farmer.
Yes.
He should be happy. He should be. That's why I wrote an article in 2004-5, Rural India to shine, smile, and roar. That is the title of the article.
Oh.
And at that time, I had operationalized 5 programs.
Yes,
That
sir.
based on that, AgriSnet is my own visualization. I put up the
Oh,
proposal to the government in 2000 January with the
fantastic.
10,000 terminals.
Mm-hmm.
And 15 informatics network blueprint was given as a recommendation of the 1995 national conference on informatics for sustainable agriculture development, ISDA 95.
Yes,
So
sir.
these are all some of the journey which I thought that since it is very apt to be mentioned for during this talk. And then he also said it food safety,
Yes, sir.
and he also talked about the increase in cancer incidence,
Yes.
and we should produce nutritious food, which the consumer can consume. That's where use of artificial intelligence and big data analytics to ensure
Yes.
optimal protein, nutrient in soil, and
Yes.
harvested food to
Yes.
minimize human disease.
Yes.
And that should be the role of an academic institution like ours, and
Oh, oh.
NGOs like yours, value chain providers, service providers, and value adders is very important. And
And I
you
would like
also
to
said
add
it
one
that.
more thing, sir. Just I would like to add
Hmm.
one more thing. Like you said, AI for creating much better nutritious food, and water is also going to be a very critical and scarce commodity in future. The way it is going to be, like, we need to even work on certain crops or certain things like the water nutrition ratio, which is very low. For example, to produce to 1 kg of paddy or 1 acre of paddy, the amount of water requires, when you compare it with the millet, it's not even, millet doesn't take even 1/20th, 1/30th. So the water is to the nutrition ratio. So these are going to be very critical parameters in future. And with the amount of carbon footprint caused by even agri sector is also is kept on growing, including livestock and everything. So all these parameters are going to be very critical in next to 10, 20, in couple of decades. And we are already reached that, the line, we are about to cross it in terms of, exploiting the nature and everything. Almost we have done it. So it's a time for us to sit back and work on certain things which will help us to restore our nature and get the blessings of our nature. That is very critical right now.
Yeah, it's very nice. That's why when I should thank the former Secretary Agriculture, Mr. Patnaik. He
Yes.
took me as a chief advisor IT in the Department of Agriculture Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India, when
Yes.
Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee was formed, and I was associated with the Dalwai Committee report. And digital technology in agriculture, even though it is part of the volume 12, but what I contributed made it as a volume 12B,
Okay,
and
sir.
digital technology in agriculture as a 12 science and technology in agriculture. Then 12B is in digital technology in agriculture.
Yes, sir.
And there, the 7 mission mode program is that all the schemes, whether government, private, public, government, central government or state government, should synergize at the village level.
True, sir. True.
And that's why I said it, that's not the farmer, it's a farming. It has to go to the village, farm level. So I categorized as a 3: smart irrigated farming.
Yes.
All entire ICR systems work for irrigated agriculture since Green Revolution. And hill, these rainfed systems have got only watershed management practices. And then I introduced another sector category, smart tribal farming. You said it very nicely. Millet, next year is an international year of millet. And
True,
when we
true.
are in 60s, when we were childhood, we have taken millet before the public distribution system started giving rice. And so smart tribal farming. People asked me, Professor Moni, why did you put we have a tribal sub plan? Why did you put smart tribal farming? Everybody talks about irrigated farming and rainfed farming. I tell you, this tribal farming is, it is a sustainable agriculture development. And it doesn't take much water, and it is nutritious. And we have gone away from that and natural farming.
And it's very adaptive
And we have neglected, and a tribal sub plan is there. 35 ministries are coordinating, state level. We can't even have a tribal family wise how the benefits have gone over there. And somebody gives sitting in the state government or district level gives the utility certificate, which is happening. And that's why I purposely put smart tribal farming. You have any number of schemes, but let it go to the smart, tribal sector level. And when this is then, and the committee took it, Dr. Ashok Dalwai exactly put that one and put it, now it is available. My problem is that the report is submitted in 2018, September. Till now, Minister of Agriculture have not notified the 7 mission mode programs. They should have taken. These are the recommendation. All NGOs, startups, you experiment it. But instead of that, they have established a digital cyber, what you call cyber, digital agriculture commission to reinvent the wheel. And that's why I thought that, let us have a national webinar series. COVID situation has given a fantastic opportunity. And every week we talked about the 7 mission mode programs which can facilitate, 2.25 lakh agri-tech startups.
True.
So that 14.5 crore operational holders will adopt scientific farming, will adopt good agriculture practices. There will be a startup, there will be operational holders, and they don't have to run from pillar to post. Everything comes to them. If you see that 7 mission mode program, you talked about, that water is it's a scarce commodity. That's why integrated land and water management is very important. Digitalization is taking place, but the farmer doesn't know how to get into, that integrated land and water management system for per drop more crop, less input, more crop, more output.
Yes.
And then one recommendation is digitalized agriculture. We don't have a comprehensive agricultural resources information system in the country. We don't have a comprehensive micro level, village level parameters for micro level planning, which I initiated in the district plan project in the 87. And then, and 2002, I initiated smart village project. I got approved by the then planning commission. But unfortunately, my organization didn't allow me to operationalize it. I asked for one.
As you rightly said, sir, like NIC, we also need to have NAIC, National Agri Informatics Center.
And then when I asked for one district to operationalize smart village project. If this would have been done when Prime Minister Modi announced 2014 smart city cannot be successful without smart village. Smart city and smart village has to go together.
Integrated, should be integrated.
Smart village makes a smart city successful.
True.
Operational. Smart city cannot make a smart village functional. And, it is very important. And that, that's a reason only that, I thought that, it's very important. And even in 2002, I thought the country has come that, we have to have a national level informatics sectoral data centers.
Yes.
So I proposed in NIC in the annual plan. I used to write annual plan. I was the man to make a draft annual plan for the entire organization, 5-year plan. 27 sectoral database sector, national level centers. And
Yes.
since that was not done, even the planning commission approved it. And that's why when I joined the university as a professor emeritus, I was able to set up this Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies. This is the
It's
first
a
university
great.
in the whole world to have a Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and also to have an agricultural informatics program at the MTech level to train engineering graduates, agricultural science graduates, and postgraduate students to get into agriculture. Because agriculture has got on-farm, off-farm, and non-farm activities. It needs more non-biological students also. And in the
True.
process, non-biological students can understand biological, terminologies and so on and so forth, understanding. That can be bridge course. That's why the MTech in agriculture informatics is also put it that for biology students and non-biology students. We have to generate more number of people. It is very difficult to train the age-old farmers. They
True.
have a traditional farming capabilities, but we have to increase productivity. And you said it very nicely that the productivity of large-scale farming has to take place on small-scale farming.
True.
All
True.
opportunities, all benefits. And this
True.
journey, I'm very happy to see that you, as a banker turned farmer, and as a man born and brought up in a village level and seen poverty in my life, I thought that it is a God-sent opportunity that I became the project director for district level programs, district. I thought that I should bring technology as a farmer IIT. I did my MTech in computer science 76, 78 from IIT Chennai. And I thought that I should bring technology adoption in the district information system rather than working for district collector office computerization. And I'm quite successful. And now the
True.
realization is taking place that, and that time there was no technology. There is no AI, tools. There is no, these blockchain tools. There is no big data analytics. Sirf, this is only a DBase database tool.
True.
Nothing else that. But our information system understanding is block is very important. It is the blocks developed is very important. And
True.
I was one of the living soul connecting all the dots. 87, and now and 95, and 2013 and 2018, and this journey which is taking place. That so I used to tell them that India is an agrarian economy. Every higher education institution, be it NIT, be it IIT, be it Central University, be it IIM, their first priority to undertake research and development, and train people only for Indian agricultural sector. Rest
Yes.
is rest. We can't generate people for corporate sector for Western countries.
Yeah.
Every institute should look for the place where they are located. They should make that district developed. We have 1,500 deemed to be universities, but we have got only 753 districts. So if the deemed university, forget about the national institute, which takes the taxpayers' money, but the deemed universities, many are private sector, and they can take every district in which they are located to make that district developed economy in another 25 years.
True.
By 2047, we should make it. And then India will have 753 developed economies within. So this is very important. And the 7 measurement programs of the Doubling Farmers Income Committee report have to be operationalized in every village.
True.
And technology can be adopted. Technology can be implemented. And India's agriculture will be digitalized.
True.
And this is very important. All other, secondary agriculture, tertiary agriculture are all different. because service sector can get benefit under agriculture economy. Industry sector can get benefit under agriculture sector, and so on and so forth. And that's why I thought that as a farmer technocrat, Direct General NIC, and also a man who brought IT in agriculture, I thought let me take COVID situation as an benefit, and for as an instrument to propagate. You have an internet connectivity, you have an university label, and also as a professor emeritus, I initiated. I'm thanks to people like you. I started with my fingers crossed. I invited Dr. Dalwai, Ashok Dalwai, as a former chairman of the the Doubling Farmers Income Committee, to inaugurate the program. Now the Thursday program, this is 105th webinar series today, and
Yes,
the
sir.
Saturday program 102. I was able to finish 207 titles, and 207 into about average 2 hours video. This much talks are available for any research students to take up, startup to take it up, and so on and so forth.
True, sir.
And the Saturday program, we do it in association with Ardo. So the talk goes to 16 African countries and 15 Asian countries, and it is very important. And that's how the talk of yours is very important. And I would like to request you to continue further, Mr.
Sure,
Rajkumar.
sir. So, and that coconut value chain journey taught us a lot. And one critical thing is that if we, before we get into any market linkage or any intervention with the farmers, so it was very critical for us to do thorough study of that particular value chain and put plan in motion based on the outcome of this value chain study. So today we are very happy to say that we have create expertise in around 20 value chains within a very short span of time. So apart from coconut, we are good at spices, and we also took the geography where we are in right now, the Tamil Nadu and bordering Karnataka, Kerala. So whatever crops that grows in this region, we started focusing on that thing. And like unlike most of the startups, we always wanted to build a strong fundamentals for our business model, and we also wanted to become profitable. Only then you can sustain, you can benefit more and more farmers. So in that journey, we believe that okay, stay put in the region where you are, build a strong fundamentals there. We strongly believe even from Tamil Nadu alone, you can become a 1,000 crore company. Even focusing only South India, you can easily do 10,000 crores of business. No need to think about the pan India or global. So, based on where our value chain takes you, we go there. That's how we have framed our strategies, and we started focusing on around the 20 value chains. So in this journey, we also realized two critical things, sir. One is like MSMEs, food and agri-based MSMEs plays very critical role. And of course, my co-founder did a lot of study about this. My co-founder Rajiv, and he's unavailable today. Otherwise, he would have joined to share some insights about this agri and food MSMEs. Uh, what we realized is like agricultural commodities which are cultivated and harvested, almost 70%, 60% is consumed by these MSMEs, including cottage industries, micro, medium, and small industries. Only the remaining 30% goes to the large industries who are basically global conglomerate or people, companies like Hindustan Unilever or ITCs, but around 70 percentage is consumed, processed, and catered by these MSMEs. The problem faced by MSMEs is also quite huge. For example, a large company, in the case of chili value chain, a company which is making chili masala powders or chili, uh, what they do is large companies, when they want to buy chili, the season in Guntur and Haveri districts of Karnataka, Guntur districts of Andhra Pradesh, there is a season for between December to April is where they get chilies harvested, and bigger companies can invest huge money and buy huge quantity and put it store it cold storage. So they block maximum amount of chili output. Whereas we look at MSMEs who are always having challenges at working capital, they cannot invest in buying and storing their chili. So they have to take it on their weekly basis or monthly basis only. So during season, the average price of a chili is around 120 rupees to 130 rupees. And after the season, that is between May and next November, especially during August, September, it reaches up to 250 rupees. So the bigger companies, bigger brands, those who have procured chili, which is a critical raw material for making any masala products, at 140 rupees, and MSMEs, they are procuring at an average of 180 to 190 rupees. Still, they have to compete with these biggest big brands. So it's a big challenge faced by MSMEs. And so, in the end of the what is happening is it's a very sad story. Just to compete with the price points with these bigger brands, these MSMEs, most of them started compromising on quality aspects. So, which end of the day affects the food safety issues of the consumer. So we realized it is very critical to work with these MSMEs to bring entire ecosystem in a same balanced manner to achieve our food security and food safety issues. So we are today mainly focused on MSMEs. If you look at all our customers, they're MSMEs. We can easily, with our quality and pricing, we can easily cater to any large industries. But we ensured that we wanted to focus only on MSMEs. Today, all our business, all our market linkage is happening only to MSMEs. And to bring them in this ecosystem, we have built necessary tech products which connects farm gate transactions with these MSMEs. These are certain initiatives we have taken. And another critical initiative we've taken is a critical area we wanted to focus is the primary processing. I'll give an example. In the case of turmeric, we all know turmeric bulb, when it is harvested, we can't use as it is. There is certain primary processing involved. First, you have to clean that turmeric, then you need to boil it, then you need to dry it, only then polish it, only then become raw turmeric. From raw turmeric, we make turmeric powders or curcumin extracts or whatever it is. But to make raw turmeric, there's a primary processing. Today, this is mostly done in most scientific manner. We didn't study in Erode region, which is a turmeric herb basically. Because of this unscientific primary processing methods, a particular variety of turmeric, which is supposed to give 3.5 curcumin content, and because of this unscientific processing, and it is come to 3% curcumin. That means a value addition. It's a wasted. 0.5 worth of curcumin got wasted because of unscientific methods. So we realized these points. So in our model, we are focusing on this primary processing also. So the idea is to like from farm gate to consumer, and seamless quality need to be maintained, so that the farmers will get better price, better income, and consumer also will get right quality produce. And unfortunately, the data and the history says that most of the adulteration is done at the middleman end, not by the farmer's end. So more you eliminate the middleman system, and better quality are going to take it to the consumers. Even for the once you are able to establish the strong market linkage support to these farmers, it is easy for us to give them other services, other benefits like enabling them to get seeds directly from the manufacturer and bio inputs. And consciously, as a social conscious company, we are promoting bio inputs. We never promoted any chemical based fertilizers or any toxic pesticides or anything. We are partnered with some very good bio input companies, and we directly connect them with the farmers. So there also we are eliminating the channel distribution and ensuring that farmers get a better price. And another sad story what we are seeing is like in a village, there will be one fertilizer retail shop, and farmer always goes and buys there. So when the farmer may go with certain problem. He can go and tell them that I got suddenly my lip has become yellow, or there's a lot of dots in my leaves. This is a problem. So generally, he goes and asks that particular fertilizer shop in that particular locality. Mostly, these fertilizer retail shops, mostly, I'm not saying all, but mostly, they tend to push a product which gives him more margin. It may not solve farmers' problem fully, but whatever giving that retailer higher margin, he is pushing that product. He is selling that product to the farmers. So it's not helping farmers at all. So farmers need right advisory. So that's why if a farmer, we enable farmers to directly work with an input manufacturer, or we able to give them, we mostly work with KVKs, and we mostly work with farmer producer companies. So we take their support in educating farmers on what needs to be done, what should not be done, right practices, and we connect them with the manufacturers directly, so that they get better price, right quality stuff. So end to end, from seeds till the consumer level, we are able to make good interventions so far. We are obviously a small company right now with 5 years old vintage, and we are growing year on year. We are growing. We are 35, 36 member team right now, and thanks to our close association with NABARD and their incubation center called MABIF, and we were also incubated at Tamilnadu Agricultural University, and we are part of IMEA CAIE program. And all this helped us to, fine tune our model in much better way. And today we are able to work with around 200 farmer producer companies, around 5 KVKs, and we are able to work with around 200,000 farmers right now. The idea is like to how we are going to touch that 2 million to 20 million farmers' life. That is our next 10 years goal. We wanted to touch 2 million farmers' lives, and we wanted to be global. And global market is very critical. Like I mentioned to you, we are democratizing global markets to small farmers and MSMEs, which was certainly a dream for all MSMEs to go sell their product in global markets. So if you enable more MSMEs to sell their products in global market and become successful, they'll support more and more farmers. So that is the whole idea. So we are also recently we created our base in United Arab Emirates. We have taken a small warehouse and established proper supply chain management there, including marketing capabilities, so that we are with whoever is our current buyer MSMEs, we are going to promote their finished products in those market. It's just a complete circular value chain. We're working on it. So we get seeds to the farmers, inputs to the farmers. They cultivate it. We take through our sister concern. We do the contract farming. We procure that commodity. We supply to the MSMEs, and they do the processing under our direct supervisions and the based on quality protocol. And the finished products we take it to the domestic and global market. So it's a PayAgri as a model. We are end-to-end C to fork model. This is how we've been building it, sir. Now we are scaling it up to the next level. You're on mute, sir.
Very nice to know, Mr. Rajkumar, the total ecosystem, because it comes out of born out of experience
Exactly,
and born
sir.
out of the challenges witnessed, and born out of the priorities understood, and
Yes, sir.
born out of the opportunities visualized.
True, sir.
No, this is a very important thing. If India has to grow, it is that solutions cannot come from the sky. Solutions has to come within, and
True, sir.
the spiritualism is more important. That
True,
somebody cannot dictate. It has to come from the development within. It has to come out,
true,
and
sir.
I completely agree with you. And you talked about Padmavati university in Tirupati,
Mhm.
and the Professor Mamatha, the registrar, she recently visited the Soviet Institute of Engineering Technology for a NAC accreditation. After listening to me, she said that, Professor Moni, you also please visit our university, help us, and how to bring in, after hearing the smart table forming initiative, we have taken it up, and our operationalization of Ashok Dalwai committee report, because we were instrumental for bringing it out, those document volume 12B.
Yes, sir.
She said that please visit, and we also got a sanction of science and technology innovation for tribal incubator programs, and let us also operationalize it. And this is very important. That's why I used to say that we have got 4,500 engineering colleges,
Yes.
about 30,000 non-engineering colleges involved in higher education institutions. Many of the private colleges are getting UGC grant.
Yes, sir.
It's a taxpayers' money. What are they doing for district development?
Okay.
See, we have 1,000, we have 4,000 engineering colleges, and about 30,000 non-engineering colleges. Many of the non-engineering colleges, my self-financing may be very limited, but
Sure.
traditionally they are all UGC funded colleges, and these institutions are receiving taxpayers' money, and they have primary responsibility is to develop that district. Their research work, their academic programs, their developmental programs have to be for the district development. That's what I told the minister, our honorable minister, that why don't we involve the educational institution for development?
True.
And why state planning board sitting in Chennai should work for Kanyakumari district development? They don't even visit. And this is, and all the senior citizens like me, those are the district made them to the top level. Let them also work for the district. Like I brought so many schemes. So this is where our involvement is very much. I was quite impressed, Mr. Rajkumar, the
Thank you, sir.
ecosystem which you talked about it. We have got 63 million MSMEs in the country.
Yes.
And, when our Honorable Prime Minister announced smart city programs and Industry 4.0 was announced, I thought that in order to help our 63 million MSMEs to be made as globalized,
Yes.
to become globalized, all the CEOs of MSMEs to be trained on Industry 4.0 technologies. And so from the university, our Honorable Chancellor decided that let us have a Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application.
So
And
voice
we
got
launched.
cut.
Hello? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Hello, I am audible. Hello? Hello, I am audible.
Now we are audible, sir.
When India has got about 63 million MSMEs,
Yes.
and the CEOs of the 63 million MSMEs to be enabled technology, Industry 4.0 technologies, and these they have to be trained. And European Union is training the CEOs of SMEs in their countries as AI enabled leaders. So our Honorable Chancellor of this university and myself decided that let us have a Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application to train CEOs of MSMEs. And we launched an MBA program. And when I was invited by the Tamilnadu Tiny and Small Scale Industries Association, Gindi, to deliver a talk, I presented it. And that webinar, the chairman of the Tamilnadu Industrial Investment Corporation was also participating, and he delivered his chief guest address, and then he had a sudden meeting, he has to go. And then he had after 1 month, he had a separate meeting with me for about 1 hour on Industry 4.0. I have told him that in the conference also that all MSMEs in Tamil Nadu have to be globalized.
Mm.
And for which there is no government scheme. Government scheme means they can take and enjoy the money and forget about it. They will say that this problem, that problem. It is a precondition that all MSME to be digitalized. And all CEOs of MSME, whether they are 5-year people, 5 employees owned MSME or 500, they should be industry 4.0 technology enabled. Once upon a time, Coimbatore city, which has got about 20,000 MSMEs, are all innovators. But today they have become a trading center of Chinese products. And this has to be reversed. And Tamil Nadu, if it is industry number 1, it has to focus on MSMEs and they have to be industry enabled. And the distance between Chinese, the Korean products and Indian products should be zero in the international market. And that level we should achieve it. And MBA in Industry 4.0 for CEOs are very important. And this university has launched it. Why don't we train MSMEs of Tamil Nadu? And then I also told the chairman that your district industries office has to be reformed. The district industry office, they are not technologically enabled. They don't know what technology. Then what will you do? District industries manager don't understand Industry 4.0.
Yeah.
And and we have to promote village level industries, cottage industries, technologically enabled, internet enabled. And this is a lot of potential, and I'm very happy that that's why this university has got 5 centers of excellence: agriculture, industry, and health, MSMEs, and health. And if these are the 5 centers of excellence, and e-governance has to go everywhere. Without e-governance, and not only e-governance only for the government sector and also private sector, because Digital India is having private sector, corporate sector, and public sector, and citizen. Everybody has got a smartphone nowadays, and it's penetrating with the BharatNet. So this is e-governance has to be a part and parcel of everybody who has got connected device. And that is why Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, where we launched MTech in Informatics and e-governance, and MSc in Health Informatics, that is to work for generate human resources and data analysis in health informatics, human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, and fish health, and environmental health. COVID situation has taught a big lesson to us. So these are all some of the journey which we thought that we should do that, and for rural India to shine and smile and roar, and data
Sure,
is
sir.
getting
And
generated.
I'm actually we'll be very happy to work with Shobhit University to implement some of your programs. Maybe since we are based at Theni, and initially if you have some research need to be done, or some reports need to be developed, or certain
Hello.
digitization has to happen, we can join hands with Shobhit and do it. We'll be very happy to do it, sir.
And we will, that's why after seeing the capabilities of people like you, I thought, and then I have been, because the chairman of the Javahar group of institution in Theni, Mr. Javahar Lal,
Yes, yes.
uh, and he was he is our junior.
Oh,
He started his career in the National Informatics Center,
okay.
and then he left NIC and started educational institution. He has been, he regard me like anything, and then he always say that, sir, you please do whatever, apart from your Kanyakumari district, you should also do for Theni district, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned.
True, sir.
So
True.
I told him that since you are there, and let us initiate. And then I also work with one NGO that is called VDL, which is
Video,
with
we,
Mr.
we know them
Kamaraj.
very well, sir. Mr.
And
Kamraj, we know them very well.
so since through them, I know very well, and that's why and I have been visiting.
And both Mr. Kamaraj and Mr. Kasiraj, they are brothers. They do really good work in that
Yeah,
region, sir.
that's true. That's true. And then from 2008 onwards, I'm working with them, and they they consult for many things, and it's very important since it has got a potential. I thought that okay, smart Theni district, the university and the NGO and the institutions located over there, let us make it as a pilot project. Let us show that
Yes.
this is what should be done, and
Yes,
lot
sir.
of agricultural commodities. And when I initiated, since Kanyakumari district has got 35 varieties of banana, I thought that there has to be a banana agro processing and a technology center. 4 years back, I started having a movement, and then
Okay.
the Indian Grama Bank, Pandian Grama Bank, the chairman said it that Professor Moni, you from Kanyakumari to Theni, you please extend it. So we will be partnership with you for agriculture credit and so on and so forth. And then we have our there are a lot of other issues because everybody, they would like to work on their own way, but collaboration, cooperation, connection is an issue, because
Yes, sir.
today era is necessary. Cooperation is very important, connectivity is very important, collaboration is very, very important. Last year I was invited to deliver a talk, that is a Arlo supported program on tropical fruit network. There also in my paper I mentioned there has to be international center for banana value chain at Kanyakumari district. And say we have to propagate it, sometime it will come out. And I also
True.
proposed Kanyakumari Techno Industrial Park based on MSME report. I told the Honorable Minister, MSME report 2016, 2014, it's talking about the potential of Kanyakumari district. Neither the administration looks into such report, nor the educational institution look into the report. I have
Yes, sir.
prepared a Kanyakumari Techno Industrial Park to look into these, so 16 commodities which are coming from, MSME, local resources, industries has to be, analyzed, developed.
Yes, sir.
So that is very important, and the discussion, collaboration is very important. Now, internet technology, facility provides that facility. Otherwise, people have to travel physically, and it is very difficult. And that's a discussion which I carry on, and today talk I think is very important. 60 out of 63 MSMEs, 3 million MSMEs are in food and agriculture system,
Yes. Yes.
and they have their own traditional system. You also talked about it. If they are also part of the 400 agriculture commodity value chain, and why our farmer should be a poor farmer. And then, as per my calculation, banana alone, we have got these 16, about 13 states are producing banana in India. And in South India, we use it for vegetable purposes, and not only for eating as a fruit, but also and many other leaves and pseudostem use it. But per annum, 282 crores plant are cut. After cutting the fruit, that for other purposes, this pseudo stem can alone give 50 rupees per plant to the farmer.
Yes.
So
Yes.
282 crores into 50, it comes to about 13,000 crore. It's a village economy, and we
True.
don't even do a fine fiber out of it. Thailand is doing it, Indonesia is doing it, Sri Lanka is doing it, Nepal is doing it, Japan is doing it, Philippines is producing a separate plant variety only for fiber. And Sri Lanka has mixed cotton fiber with the banana fiber. They have taken international market. Nepal, they cut the plant when it is ripe, and they steam it and then produce fiber, not with extracting through the machine.
True.
And their process is different. And it can bring in a lot of rural industries. So I prepared a note on this, and we also signed an MOU with the Stella Maris Institute of Development Studies, this university, to bring this banana value chain. And it is a lot of potential, because every year, and this 284 crores of banana plant has to be cut, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
agriculture waste. And
Yes,
then,
just to add to
and I
your
will
point,
complete one.
sir.
No,
Yes, yes.
one more point I will complete it. India produces 19 billion worth of agriculture waste,
Yeah.
and it has to be converted as a wealth. So, and these agri-tech startups in every gram panchayat can look into these problems.
Yes.
Over to you. Yes.
Yeah, just we also in our experience when we started working with a lot of farmer producer companies, and they started doing a lot of value-added products from bananas and various other crop waste. The biggest challenge what they are facing is, of course, any product development has its own R&D phase, and investment in R&D is certainly an naysayer to all these kind of FPOs or village-based entrepreneurs. So, if you are able to convince the government to give certain R&D investments to this kind of village-based entrepreneurs, that will be helpful. Number two, they are building a good product. The product is very healthy, nutritious, and it conforms to all the food safety requirement. But taking them to the consumer is a big challenge. So it requires good packing and good branding and marketing efforts. So those are the areas also they need support. Actually, PayAgri, my co-founder Rajiv has taken this initiative. We are working with almost or 20 farmer producer companies and village-based micro entrepreneurs. We are completely rebranding their products with our own professional designers, branding, and we're creating a new supply chain for them to reach out to the consumers. That's been quite successful to us. Of course, with limited resources, we are able to do it with very small number of things. We also created a portal called farmconnect.shop, which is going to be launched very soon. It's like Big Basket, any commodities to the consumer. This farmconnect.shop will be an exclusive for farmers product to the consumers. So wherein we will provide these farmers on entire product development, advisory activities, packing. We help them in making the right type of packing. It matches with any top brands. Then supply chain to reach out to the consumers. So we have taken this initiative as a step ahead. It is going to be a very critical strategy of our growth in the forthcoming years.
No, it's very nice to hear. That's the reason only, when many people have seen this program, which the Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology deemed to be universities undertaken. It's a private university working on pan India,
Yes.
working with NGOs. Our idea is to work with one NGO in every district for one agriculture commodity value chain.
Yes.
And that's why MBA in agribusiness management we launched, all aspects. And we have to generate a lot of people to work on agriculture marketing and agribusiness activities.
Yes.
And we'll be very happy. And these 5 centers of excellence, and by signing an MOU with organization like yours, we can work on R&D projects.
Exactly.
And that's why even even Bharatiyar University would like to join with us, because they also don't have a center for agricultural informatics programs. Now we are going to sign an MOU. Even we many NGOs have signed in MOU, in the sense that they have a product value chain, but like you very rightly said it, that R&D investment is very important. So working with educational institution and devoted educational institution is very important.
Yes.
And this is this is very important. Even for example, okay, now we are working with one NGO in Tamil Nadu. With the proposal is going to be sent to DST day after tomorrow, and one engineering college from Namakkal, that is called the KCR College of Engineering.
Yeah.
And one Professor Ayyappan Das, he is a biotechnologist. And we are working on bringing in sustainable livelihood for tribal vulnerable groups. And they are chain snatchers and kalai kutadi and katanayakan, those what do you call the tribal vulnerable groups, and they are not even having Aadhaar card, and they don't get into public distribution systems.
Yeah.
They eat rat, and they are also Indian citizens. They are also living here, and the government doesn't register them. Panchayat doesn't register them. So now we are, there is a DST scheme. We thought that bring in, and they are all people working in agriculture sector, and their products, they don't have technology, and they have to sell it for a throwaway price. And so now we are working on one NGO, which is traditionally, he has been interacting with me. He is working with the snake catches and kalai kutadi, the what do you call kalai kutadi, that the
Yes, yes,
rope
yes.
farmers, that
Artist.
rope artist, and another one is cartonayakans, and and now they were, that's a scheme. We thought that let us do that, because they are also neglected sector,
Yes.
and they are also, they have to be also involved. Inclusion is more
Yes.
important, and like that, let us identify pain areas, and let us try to bring in, and this
Sure.
is how. And I am very happy that you are working on 20 value chain, and we have to convert, that 22,000 primary fisher cooperative societies, and then 1,000 cooperative primary cooperative agriculture cooperative societies. They're all have to be converted as an agriculture value chain, because cooperative societies, that give loan, and then the loan is getting waived off, and nobody bothers about how a farmer should produce good agriculture practices. Attach one agri-tech startup, and let us work it out. That's why the Secretary of Fishery, Fisheries told that Professor Moni, with your vast experience, why don't you give me a business plan for primary fisher cooperative societies? So we have signed an MOU with the Fish Cooperative Organization. We are trying to work on that. It's very important that. So it is, let us, sign an MOU. And since you have done a lot of things that, and with your vast experience, let us convert your experience as a 3 months, 6 months diploma course.
Okay.
And your experiments, your operational projects can become like a case study for the people to understand.
Sure,
And
sir.
then they will replicate your model everywhere, wherever they are coming from. And that's why many people thought, Professor Moni, it's now your time to have an accelerator, incubator programs in your university, not, at least 2 to 250, facilities for the incubators to work on it. And then you roll out, with the various, value chain providers, they can work with you. So I'm trying to establish that incubator accelerator program and innovation clubs in the university to facilitate the, NGOs and agri startups to work with us, and also to, spread in the villages. And aim is that how to create 2.25 lakh agri-tech startups, and also bring all the related, entities into agriculture value chain. The main thing is that the 7 mission mode program of Dr. Ashok Dalwai committee on doubling farmers income have to be operationalized. We have to produce a lot of human resources, and that is more important.
True,
And
sir.
that is the mission in which many people always say that vision should with mission, but mine is mission with vision. Vision with mission need not be operationalized, but a mission with vision will be operationalized, because that
Okay.
will give dynamism, that will make the
So
people to run.
we
And
have the mission to operationalize the vision.
yes, that's it.
That's
you
wonderful,
know
sir. And
and
as I mean, and not just wanted to share one thing in this segment, we don't see anyone as competitors because the market is quite huge. It's very vast, and India is a very dynamic and well diversified agri ecosystem. and we strongly believe to join hands with other agtech startups or potential players, anyone, to collaborate and mutually, complement our strengths. A north-based agri-tech startup can work with us because we are south-based and we deal with 20 different commodities. And if some of our customers or buyers need certain commodities which are grown only in north, we are willing to work with any startups who are dealing with that
No,
particular value chain.
it is that is the I'm connecting the three dots:
Yes,
entrepreneurs, agripreneurs, startups through these five centers of excellence.
yes,
Signing
yes,
MOU, that is with the signing with MOU with the university means there is no clash of interest. We
exactly.
are win-win situations, and
Yes,
we signed an MOU with many NGOs in Northeast, and
yes.
about 45 people have signed an MOU with us.
Great,
That and
great.
and then development of human resources more important. Now, Ardo organization is also going to sign an MOU next month, and to propagate in their 31 member countries. It's very important. Like for smart tribal farming, I thought that next year is International Year of Millet. Our honorable president is from a tribal, community, and we have to demonstrate to her next year that by doing something in the era of international millet. So we thought that is best thing is to operationalize smart tribal farming, the component of
So I
uh,
have a proposal, and we
uh,
can, if you're able to create a processing, a mini or a mobile processing facility which can be taken to the tribal belt, and then it will revolutionize the whole
no,
millets
I will tell
market.
you that's what I'm coming
Yes.
down. So
Yeah.
I thought that this we should do it to honor our honorable president. So I made a presentation to Ministry of Tribal Affairs, because Tribal Affairs also has announced smart tribal village programs. And so I thought that as a man who brought a smart village concept way back in 2002, I should also get into this, and made a presentation to Ministry of Tribal Affairs on 17th August 2022. So the joint secretary told that, Professor Moni, why don't you, make a presentation to the state level, because tribal affairs programs are, approved by the state level, that not at the central level. It comes to for our approval and sanction, but initially it gets approved by the state level, and then I find no problem. And then we selected a cluster of 10 tribal village in Gujarat, a cluster of 10 tribal village in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand, Orissa, which includes the district of Mayurbhanj district, where from our honorable president comes, and Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. And we identified NGOs to work with us. They are also signing MOU. And I thought that in order to bring in a dynamism, every Tuesday at 4 to 5 p.m. we conduct a weekly review meeting on smart tribal farming. And even Madhya Pradesh, even the PhD chambers of commerce have joined. And Rajasthan, and October 28th, I was invited by LBS, National Academy Administration, to deliver a talk to the 2022 ICS, Indian Civil Service Probationers. And this time, our Honorable Prime Minister said it that in the foundation course, agriculture and technology has to be the main one. So there was a 15 days program at Kevadia in Gujarat.
Okay.
So, and myself and Secretary Agriculture, Government of India, and World Bank consultant on agriculture were invited to deliver a talk. And when I delivered a talk, and it was even World Bank people will say that this is what we should operationalize it. And Professor Moni will also include in our World Bank agriculture programs. And since I was part and parcel, when I whole service I was done it with in association with the Minister of Agriculture, the Secretary of Agriculture also knows my services, and he said that, Professor Moni, we should talk to each other on a periodically, and we should see to that your program of doubling farmers in the digital technology in agriculture should be operationalized. So now, when I said this smart table forming, and then I also made a presentation to the Honorable Principal Secretary to PM, Dr.
Yes.
P.K. Mishra. He knows my activity. I told him that after my retirement, I didn't see him. But I thought that since I do this, national webinar on doubling farmers' income, I should go and report to him. So I had a meeting on, November 7th.
Mhm.
This month, at his office, I presented to him. I also talked about smart tribal farming, that initiative we have taken it up. So it is, now smart tribal farming and smart, jackfruit value chain, and many value chains I talked about it. You also work on 20 value chain, and I will also involve PayAgri in many of
Sure,
the
sir.
value chain discussions. So you can put
Sure, sir.
your members accordingly. And with the
Yes.
Shobhit University, this university and NGOs like you, and NGOs at the grassroots level to operationalize it,
Yeah, we are a
and
startup, sir. Yeah.
startups, and
Yeah.
it's very important, because startups and university has to work with an NGO at the grassroots level.
Yes. Yes,
So,
sir. You are
and
right.
we can't go and work there, and they are the
Yes.
barefoot soldiers. And
Yes.
this is how we have taken this path, and I'm very happy. And even that Kazakhstan agriculture universities would like to have a center for agricultural informatics to take
Mm-hmm.
to provide facilities to the entire Central Asia and agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I delivered a talk, and we are supposed to visit Kazakhstan National Agriculture Research Institute, and
Yes.
things are happening. I'm very happy about it, and let us see that India provides agriculture 4.0 to the whole world. So
Yes,
that
sir.
is
Sure.
my desire. Let us see that how things shapes up.
Sure,
And
sir. Sure.
Mr. Rajkumar, I am very much thankful to you
No, it's all
for
my pleasure, my
making
honor
your
to be here,
time,
sir.
and it is very important thing, and you covered the complete essence of digitalized, the Dr. Ashok Talbai committee recommendation on digitalized agriculture value chain for 400 agriculture commodities. This has
Yes.
to be replicated,
Sure, sir.
and let us prepare a policy paper. You also attempt it. It will go to Dr. Ashok Dalwai. He is still the chairman of the empowered committee for operationalizing doubling farmers income
Okay,
recommendation
sir. Sure.
committee
Sure,
recommendations,
sir.
and also will send it to Niti Aayog, and also Minister of Agriculture and Prime Minister's office.
Sure, sir.
And it is very important, and let us
So
start our
we
journey
need we
together.
need your guidance to reach to that level, sir. Sure.
And I'm always available, and we will work together, and I will send you a draft MOU to you, and it
Yes, sir.
is will sign it, and let us, and because I have seen your your complete background, your journey, and
Yes,
the
sir.
challenges which you met, and you converted all the challenges which you faced as with the priority. You made it as opportunities. That is more important. So,
Yes.
and if your co-founder is there, we can ask him to join. Otherwise, we can, with your final remark, we can close
Yes.
the webinar.
Yeah, my co-founder Rajiv is unavailable today. Otherwise, he would have joined much earlier.
Okay, very nice that. Very
Yeah, he
nice.
was. No, as a final remark, obviously, uh, this agri sector needs a lot of visionaries like you and a lot of implementers like us. And so, joining hands with government and the think tanks like you, PayAgri would like to contribute to the growth and betterment of the farmer's life in particular and to the entire humanity in general. So I take this opportunity on behalf of my team and co-founder Rajiv to thank Sobit for this opportunity, and thank you very much, sir. And let's start some good activities in Theni district as a stepping stone, and we will emulate the outcome to all other places everywhere in India. Sure. Thank you.
No, to begin with, and that you talked in a large scale about the coconut value chain. We will make a case study presentation to Honorable Minister of IT, Mr. Manoj Tangaraj. He hails from Kanyakumari district.
Yes,
I
sir.
have given
Yes.
coconut value chain in Kanyakumari district. We will make a presentation to him.
Super, sir.
To have it in Kanyakumari district is very important, and banana
Yes, yes,
also, and
yes,
tapioca and
yeah.
fisheries value chain as
Yes,
for
sir.
and rubber value chain. It's very important,
Yes,
and
sir.
more important is that smart Theni district. Let us visualize it. Let us see to that it is a model district which emerges from in the Tamil Nadu. Since you
Yes,
said it, all the commodities which are agricultural commodities growing in anywhere else in India can grow in Theni. So we'll show it that, and
actually,
unfortunate.
I always call Theni, fondly call Theni as capital of agri capital of India. So my friends, everyone teases me for that. Let's make that. Let's prove
No,
that it
no,
is obviously
no,
the agri
people,
capital.
no, people don't understand the name Theni. Theni attracts everybody.
Yes, yes, yes.
Honeybee, Theni
Honeybee.
honeybee,
That's true.
it
That's
attracts
true.
everybody. And also
True, sir.
pollinate. It is not pollute.
Yes. No, without honeybee, no trees, no plants, no
The
humans.
pollination, there is no pollution, it is pollination.
Yes,
And
yes.
and good nature, climatic system,
Amazing
ecosystems.
climate. Amazing
It's we
climate.
should take
Yes.
advantage. And with that, I thank Mr.
Thank you
Rajkumar
very much.
for
Thank you very
your
much, sir.
wonderful
Thank,
presentation. And
thank
I
you.
have learned a lot from you. And
No, no, no.
let
We
us
learned a lot from this.
operationalize the 400 agriculture commodity value chain in India, and
Sure,
also
sir.
in some of the Ordo countries with the help of Ordo headquarters support.
Sure, sir. Sure,
Thank
sir.
you very much. With
Thank,
this, I would like
thank
to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and the faculty members, and the participants, both from India and abroad, for participating in this national webinar series. And today is the last webinar session during 2022. The title is National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022. Many people asked me, Professor Moni, what will be your title in 2023? I said it will be 2022, because that will make us that, 2023, 2024, did you achieve what the Honorable Prime Minister said it? So it will be like a milestone that we have achieved this much, and we have achieved this much. And, so our webinar series title will be that Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, National Webinar Series. It will continue to have that title. With this, I would like to thank everybody, and also our best wishes for the new year, and new year greetings to
wish
all
you
of you.
very happy
Thank
New
you
Year
very
to all.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
And I would like to thank Mr. Manish Chabra, is the man behind the scene. And without him, we would not have been able to organize this program very effectively. You can see the way in which he has brought out everything, in one screen. So, Mr. Manish Chabra, thank you very much. And with
Thank you,
this,
Mr. Manish.
we will close the webinar and leave the studio. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you.